Hey guys, before I get into the video, I'm gonna make a little presentation. So let's suppose this is a hard drive. This is a top view. Here's a disk or a platter, however you wanna call it. And this is the read-write head, which kind of looks like this. So when you hit on the hard drive or excess vibrations or anything like that, for whatever reason, heat, you drop your laptop, whatever, this part of the read-write head touches the disk, it leaves marks on it. It may scratch the surface, or it may just, damage it ever so slightly. So let's suppose this is a scratch or, any kind of damage. Every time the read-write head is going to try to access files from here, either it's going to be extremely slow to access, or it may not be usable at all. It will be marked as bad sectors, possibly relocated later on, or just not used. Okay, so let's now explain why you have to do the tape method and keep the disks aligned, because that's also a really important thing. So for the sake of simplicity, we're gonna make two platters. So let's suppose these are two platters and you're looking at them from the side, and the read-write heads. Okay, so when you're reading and writing information into a hard drive, you're using more than one disk at a time, because you're actually using all of them at once, because it would be a lot faster to be reading and writing at the same time from all these disks, instead of just reading a piece of information from one disk and then move on to the other. It just doesn't make sense to do it that way. So let's suppose that this yellow line is program A, and you missed the alignment, you messed it up. Then your hard drive will kind of look like this. Okay, let's pick a different color. It will kind of look like this, so the data will be scrambled between those two disks, and your hard drive will be kind of unreadable, at least to an end user. There's tools that will allow you to read its disk separately, and then after it copies everything from its disk, it's gonna put it back together, and you have access to your files, or at least that's my understanding of it. I could be wrong. But yeah, it's important to keep the alignment so this doesn't happen. So a modern hard drive can have two or more disks at once, so you have to be really careful if you're trying to do that. It's typical to have two platters, and usually you're gonna have four heads for two platter drives. So it's gonna kind of look like this. It's gonna have one on the bottom, and this one is gonna have a read-write head on the bottom of it. So you have to be careful not to damage the read-write heads as you do this. Also really important. And yeah, we'll move on into the video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and yeah. Also, if you have important data, please do not attempt this. Just don't attempt doing what I'm about to show you. Send it to a professional, because you can actually end up ruining the hard drive and making it unrecoverable. Also, if you want to proceed doing this, you're gonna have to get similar hard drives, similar models and stuff, and you have to make sure that they're cross-compatible. I had two 60GB drives from around 2004, which I had no use for, and I didn't really need them. One of them had damaged the discs and heads. The other one had the stack motor, so I swapped things over. Um, and it works, it still works, but it's not something that I would definitely miss. So this is the reason why I attempted this project. So just do this at your own risk. Do not try this if you have important files, and be careful. Wear gloves. Have a clean box if you can, and it should work even better than it did for me. So yeah, we'll move on into the video. Hey guys, today I got two really similar hard drives, Toshiba 60 gigabyte. They're both IDE. This one here has bad read-write heads and a disk inside of it. This one does not spin for whatever reason, and before I opened it up to try to resurrect it, I thought I will take the PCB out of this one, since I know this one spins, put it in here and see what happens. Even though they're the same model, one of them is made in China, the other is made in Philippines. But we make do with what we have. We're gonna swap out these boards and see if that makes any difference. So yeah. So we got the Philippines drive-in, the one that doesn't spin. A BIOS post screen, and it will basically never detect it. It will just hang there. If I touch the drive, it's not spinning, so I'm pretty sure it doesn't spin. So this is a look at the back of the drives. I had to take out this separator. Just kind of ripped it out. It also took some of the stickers from the PCB, but that's fine. So yeah, the boards are pretty much identical. Slightly color change. So I fear maybe the motor is seized. If it is seized, I could actually try to transfer it to the other chassis. You still learn. I mean, even if I don't get it to work, but I prefer to be something more simple. So I'm gonna unscrew these boards and swap them over. So I installed the non-good board on the hard drive that doesn't spin. I also lost the one screw out of the other one, but whatever. This is the possibly bad board with the bad head assembly and disk hard drive. So if it is the motor, I could try to swap them out, but yeah, it's gonna be quite the procedure, and they're 60 gigabyte drives, so it's more like trying to learn out of them. It's not that I'm trying to fix them up because I really need them. So let's put this on the PC and see if it does anything now. So still I cannot feel it spinning up. Okay, so the BIOS is starting up, detecting. It's probably not going to find it. I really hoped it wasn't gonna be that, but looks like the original board might actually be good. So yeah, swap them out again, I guess. Also, one thing I noticed was unscrewing it is these drives may have actually came as a serial ATA version, judging from the pins here. These are just IDE drives, but taking the original board back in, and yeah, we'll open up the drive, I guess. So just for the heck of it, we're booting up the other drive, and as you can hear, it's not... Yeah, this one's definitely a goner. But the motor is good, so I guess we're gonna have to open up the other drive and see. There's moisture inside of here. Okay, spun up. 60 gigabytes. It's clicking a little bit. Hopefully we get something out of it. Oh, it's picked up on the hard drive? I think so. Yep. It's installing the drivers for it. It's on a butt shape, but does it actually read? SmartWorks. Can device manager or disk management see the drive though? And can it format it? Come on. Oh, I see it. Some reason Windows can't pick up on it, so I'm gonna delete it. Okay. I can hear it click away. Okay, next. Okay, sure. Come on. Oh, it's really struggling. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's formatting. Oh, we got somewhere. Can we copy a file over? Can we actually copy a file over? Let's see. Let's copy some music. Okay. I'm gonna play music out of a hard drive that I swapped out parts on. Let's see. Come on. Amazing. I'm just fucking amazed. So this swap actually worked. This thing functions. Although it's a little sluggish. It does click a little bit. But it can read and write files. And that's really all that matters. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So it's been about a week since I recorded that video. This thing still works. I mean, it works. You know, the files are still there. They're still accessible. But if you have important files, do not attempt this. You know, just send it to a professional. You shouldn't be doing this. This is purely for my entertainment. You know, because I find these things interesting. So this is the reason that I did it. That doesn't mean that it's not possible to perform this, but it's really, really hard and difficult. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching my video, I guess.